This is the Comet H-422 HF antenna I'll be taking down today. Two of the radials up there are broken from the wind. If you see over here, this one's completely broken off, and I'll show you what I got to repair that. That's the 40-meter radial on the very tip of the antenna. When we get it down to the ground here, I'll show you what it is. Yeah, this is the company I got the replacement radials for the Comet H-422. It was the 40-meter radials that got broke off by the wind, and we're about to repair that today, and I'll show you. It was it's called Precision Tube out of Pennsylvania, and for the Comet H-422 the width is 10 millimeters according to the specs, but I got 9.522 or something like that, because I wasn't able to get the exactly 10 millimeters. So we'll see how that works out. We'll hook the analyzer to it once we get them on and see what goes on with it. Here's the radials here. We'll show you what they look like. They're wrapped together here. There's the two radials right here. And that's what they look like when you get them. We'll untape those so you can see them taken apart. So here's the two 40-meter radials I'll be replacing today. I got them separated. You can see it's a tube, and here's the specs on it right here, stamped right on the tube. And these are quite a bit thicker than the original radio on thickness, so they should be quite strong. So you can see it right there. There's the new one, how thick it is, and I'll show you with the old how thick the old. This is the old radial from the Comet H-422, and you can see there it's quite a bit thinner. So hopefully these new radials will give a lot more strength. We'll show it side by side here how it looks. See, the thickness is quite a bit more, so it should give us some more wind load strength. This new one's just a little bit smaller, so I'm hoping that won't be a problem. It's just slightly smaller, so we'll see how that works out. Hello, I'm Robert, KD0MVB, and today we'll be disassembling a Comet H-422 HF antenna for repair. The 40-meter radial got damaged in the wind, so we're going to see what we can do to repair that today. And we've got some aftermarket radials we're going to try to repair it with, so we'll see how that goes. Well, I've gathered up my tools here, and we're going to get up here and remove this 2-meter beam I have on the pole, and then we'll start taking the antenna down. So we'll have it recording the whole time. We'll do like a fast forward speed, not to bore you too much. So we'll see how it goes here. I got my tools gathered up here, and we're going to get to work. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I do all my antenna projects by myself. I never have any help with any projects that I do. Well, the 2-meter beam is removed now, and I'm going to relocate this to another pole I have over here some other time. I had this for 2-meter sideband. I didn't have too much good luck with sideband in my area. So we're going to put these mounts on here so we don't lose them and get to the project here. We hope you enjoy this instructional antenna video. I always like to take my time with projects and not get in a hurry with it. Keep all the parts together. These things are expensive. Forget what this antenna was. I think it's about $300 for this 2-meter beam. Aluminum is expensive. So we're going to lay this aside over here somewhere for now. I have only about probably an hour and a half today to start on this project, and then I'll probably have to continue it next week. So this will be like a several part series on this project every week. So if you want to check every week for a new video, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to remove the lower guy wires now, so I'm hoping I don't have to take all these guy wires off. Hoping I can just lay the antenna down, so we'll see what happens. I got to go gather some more tools here, and we'll be right back. Well, we got our tools gathered up here. I got a glove for my right hand, so I don't get burnt if the antenna happens to come down fast. Hopefully it won't. Control it with the clamps and the sockets for my guy wire. I hope I'm going to get away with taking just the back guy wire off and see how that goes on the bottom. So we're going to get at it here. Well, we got the rear guy wire off. It's not really wire, it's aircraft cable. I believe it's 1/4 inch aircraft cable, which is very strong. So we got the little cable clamp off here. We're going to bolt that back onto the cable so I don't lose it, because these nuts are really small. Well, we gotta go gather some more tools and I'll be back. So I have some wire cutters here, or sometimes called side cuts. I'm gonna cut the old zip ties off I got on the wires going up the pole so I can bring the pole down. So we'll get out of here. I'll be back. Gotta go get some more tools. So I got a hammer and a pair of pliers. I have to take the cotter pin out. It's a safety pin that's in addition to the clamp that goes in that keeps the pole up, and it seems to be jammed, so I may have a little trouble getting it out here. So we'll get at it. Well, it came out fairly easily. I'll be able to reuse it, so that's good. We're going to start dropping the antenna down now. Gotta have my side cuts to cut the zip ties as I come down. Coming down. Well, I got the bottom section down. That'll already start to the middle section. Then it'll be completely down where I can fold it over and start the maintenance work. Well, the old glove did the trick. I didn't get no hand burn, so that's good. Got it down to the ground, and we're going to fold this thing over and go to town on it. There's our elements we're going to replace. The one over here, it's broken completely off, so we'll see how that goes. Really like this camera. It has a remote. You can do things with a remote. So we're going to start to fold this over, see how it goes. Seems we're lodged in the ground here, so I'm going to try to pull this out. I guess it's been there 5 years. It's kind of, I had a metal sleeve that it just sets in, so I don't know how it's got so tight in there, but we'll have to see what we can do. Well, it looks like we're going to take one more guy wire off. We're getting lodged on one guy wire, so one thing for sure, it'd never come up out of the ground with a setup like that, so we'll see what happens. I gotta go gather some tools. So hopefully we'll get past this nonsense and get down to the meat of the project, the technical part of it. So stay tuned. You won't be disappointed. Yeah, I don't believe this damage was only from the wind. We had a hailstorm in 2016. It was September 14th or 11th, I believe it was, of 2016. It was golf ball to tennis ball size hail. It did $11,000 damage to my home, and another home I have did $18,000 damage to it. So that gives you an idea that this antenna's held up well with all the wind and storms we've had, and it's been up there 5 years, so I think it's due for a little maintenance. And I'll put some pictures in of that hailstorm as soon as I find them, so you can see that as well. So we're gonna see if we can fold this thing down. Well, we got it down on the ground. I think another one of these guy wires are going to have to come off so I can have some flexibility here, because we're over in the tree over here, and that's not going to work well for tuning. We'll move the camera a little closer here so you can see a little better view of what I'm working. So I'm working on a guy wire here. Taking it off. You can get a good view of that. Yeah, that guy wire was in a bit of a bind there, so we're on the side of the fence here, so I think it'll probably be okay. I'm going to tighten that down a little bit so it doesn't get lost. We'll see if we can get this out of the tree up here, or in the tree. Might have to take another guy wire off. I hate these guy wires. It's a job to get them all adjusted. That's why I didn't want to take them off, but may have to. It was a 3-day job last time getting them all adjusted, so it may take some time. Well, looks like we're going to take another guy wire off. I don't have no choice. We got to be able to work on this thing. What it is what it is, all I can say. I'm really impressed with this aircraft cable. It's held up well for 5 years, never got any rust on it. I don't remember if this is galvanized metal or aluminum. I'm not sure what it is. I'll get a close-up of that here in a minute. You can see. In fact, we'll just do that now. Yeah, the clamps, the nuts on the clamps themselves have rusted. As you can see, they rusted. But the cable has no rust at all. This is really good cable and strong. It's held up to 70, 80 mile an hour winds, and the antenna never came down, so it's pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. I think I got a roll of it on eBay for like 50 bucks. 100-foot roll, so that wasn't bad. We got that guy wire off. See, no rust at all. Only the nuts on the cable clamp are rusty. And this has been up about, I think since 2013, I think it's been up here. I see the ground wires lodges up here with a zip tie, so I'm going to have to cut that off. I may end up having to take this other guy wire off because I want to get this over where I can lay it on a portable table to work on it, which I think would work out well. So we'll see how it goes. So I shall be back. So we're back. We have the antenna down on a foldable table, clamped down with a trusty old wood clamp here, so we can kind of keep the radials away from the ground when we run the SWR test. And you can see it is sheared off here completely on the 40-meter radial. It just completely busted through the metal. That's that thin metal. So we're gonna see how good this will clamp in. I don't think it'll be a problem. We've got plenty of leeway there with the screw. And these here, I don't know if they'll have to be retuned or not. We'll hook the analyzer up here in a minute and see. See what kind of condition looks like the coils are in pretty good condition still, so hopefully there's no problems with those. Those usually don't need to be retuned. The 40 meter is the only part that needs retuned on this, because it has like a set position on the 10 meter, 15 meter, and the 40 meter you have to adjust. These are still in pretty good condition, so we'll see. We're going to hook the analyzer up here. You see this radial is completely wing-wang there, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to go ahead and replace both radials. We're not going to take any shortcuts on this. Well, now down to the fun part. We got the analyzer hooked up here. This is a new analyzer. I believe this is the first time I actually worked on an antenna with it, so we're going to switch it on here. And looks like we're at 14,100. Got a pretty... I'm going to try to adjust that because I like to do PSK 31 on 20 meters as well. I don't think it makes really a difference. I got a Yaesu FTDX. Can't remember the model number. It has a built-in tuner, so I may not even bother with that, just as long as it's a decent SWR. So we'll go to 15 meters, see what kind of... Still got a pretty good SWR. Looks like we don't have a... So I'm going to have to look into that in the instructions and see if I can bring that SWR down a little more. So we're looking for 40 meters. That's where our problem is. And we got a 3.88 SWR. And of course, these radials probably have some effect over the other bands too, so we'll see, recheck it again. Yeah, we're high everywhere on the 40 meter band. So that's that. So we're going to start getting these new radials on and see how it goes. So we had to go find some more tools here in my tool collection. The ultimate screwdriver bit set for these star screws here that you put the radials on with. I had to find that. Let's see here. What do we need? I don't know if that's a metric or... Yeah, I think that one there fits the best, so we're going to go with that. We got to have a thingamajiggy here. Well, let's see. I'll be right back. So we had to go get a socket here so we can use a ratchet. Don't really want to use, I got power drills, but I don't really want to do that because I could risk stripping the threads and get too carried away with it. So I gotta run over here and get my ratchet. So I'm going to lay this right here so I can bring the camera over here so you can see what I'm doing here. Get the camera on it here. Kind of tough when you're doing things by yourself, so I hope you'll bear with me. Kind of got to set everything up yourself. Okay, we're going to zoom in there a bit so you can see what I'm doing. Hopefully that gets out. I'm about to run out of time. I got about 15 minutes and I'm going to have to stop this video till next week. So sorry about that, but there'll be a part 2. So I think we've already went like 2 hours on this video. A lot of it will be fast forwarded. So we're going to use our old, let me get the screen here where I can see what I'm doing. We're going to get the old one here. Let me zoom this out a bit. We're going to use it for a reference point. So we got our broken piece here. So we're going to Sharpie that where that is. Approximately, don't have to be exact. And then we were tuned at about right here where that hole is. So we're gonna use that for a reference point. So that would be right here. Put a little T there, tuned there, and then we'll readjust, because I kind of wanted to readjust the SWR on this anyway, because it was lowered toward the lower end of the band and I wanted to go a little higher with it. So we'll see how it goes here. I'm trying to think where that would be. So we're gonna go in here. Okay, our tuning mark is right there. So we're gonna make a mark right here on that one. We'll go ahead and we'll clamp that down. We don't need this old one anymore. I don't know if I should sell it for scrap or what. So we're just going to lightly put the screw in so we can check the tuning on it. Just going to hand tighten it for now. So now we're ready to take out the other side. We're going to make a mark on it where our tuning was. Boy, you can see the dirt that's collected in there. It's a wonder it don't. I may have to clean that a little bit with some spray. It's a wonder it didn't cause a SWR issue with it. So we're going to get our new one here. Kind of with some shoddy cut in there. We're going to put it side by side for reference. We got our reference mark here, right here. And then we'll run the analyzer and see how it's tuned. See if we got a good tune. Yeah, we're kind of bottoming out on the length there, so I'm going to see if I got a cutter or something. I'll go use my hand grinder, cut a little bit off of this. Well, actually, Oh, that may not be a good thing going inside that coil. So we're going to cut off about this much right here, or we can cut it according to this, because on one side the one radial is shorter than the other. I don't know what their idea was on that. Huh. Actually, we've already got a mark there, and this will be our tuning right here. So I'm going to go cut this off, and I shall be back. Okay, I'm back. I got my cut made here. I left a little leeway, a little extra, you know, just for good measure. Good old hand grinder just does wonders. So we're going to go to our tuning mark here. I may tighten these down a little bit so it gets a good electrical connection. We're going to hook the analyzer up here and see what, because I'm going to have to go here in a minute. I forgot I got like 2 hours this afternoon. I can make some more video. So, bear with me. Okay, got that side cinched down, so we'll move over here to the other one. We're going to tighten this side down. Then we'll go over to the analyzer and see what we got. Don't want to go too tight on those because pretty soft aluminum. Well, looks like the new radials gave us a real good SWR on the other bands. We got a 1.40, which is great. I'm thrilled. Let's see what we are at. 14070. We got 1.48. That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. So we'll go up in the voice bands. Actually, I think I'm getting a better SWR than I did with the other radials. Might have to adjust that a little bit, because 14300 is the end of the 20 meter band. So yeah, that's probably good. So we'll see what we are at 40 meters. Okay, for some reason we got a real high SWR, so I may have to clean those. Have to check that out and see what's going on. If I need to get a good SWR of this, may have to sand those down a little bit because I think there's quite a bit of film on them. That may help clean the insides of that. $15 meters got a real good. Heck, even 24 megahertz, and this isn't even rated for 24 megahertz. $10 meter bands. Let's see, we'll go down to fair. Got a fair. So it looks like I'm going to have to do some adjusting we'll run a graph on it when we're all done too on the computer and see how that looks. So looks like that's it for now on this video. Yeah, see, we got quite a bit of, looks like quite a bit of oxidation on here, so we're gonna have to clean that off some, probably get a better connection. So that's it for now. KD0MVB, and we'll be signing off for now. Thanks for watching. I hope this was a informative video for you. Well, this is Robert, KD0MVB, back again. Our installation of our new elements for 40 meters on the Comet H-422 is complete. Got a good SWR, got it tuned where I want it. Very happy with the way it turned out. These aftermarket elements worked great. I purchased from a company. So we'll show you how the SWR is here. We got, well, on 10 meters we got a real good throughout the band, 1.2 on 28070. I kind of sway toward the digital band because that's where I like to operate, but I can operate voice also on the general band. Heck, even 6 meters we got a good SWR, and this antenna's not even specified for 6 meters. We got a fairly decent SWR. Could use the tuner and tune it up for it. '60 and '80s out of sight because it's not made for those bands. So down on, kind of tried to get it in between the digital and voice bands, but kind of hard to do. It's not very wide banded on 40 meters on this antenna. Not very wide banded at all. Got a decent SWR on 20 meters, kind of between the voice and digital bands. Not too shabby. So if you have any questions or comments, you can comment in our comment section. If you like our video, you can subscribe to us and like our video. If you hate us, you can dislike us. I don't really care. I mostly do this for help other hams out. I don't really do it for the money, so do whatever you want to do. And thanks for watching. We might run a graph on this too and post it up also. So have a good day, and thanks for watching. Pretty tough. This window must be pretty tough here. It ain't busted yet. I need to be hammered.